Welcome to the Stella Blue Evening Dance Fundraising Dance for Stella Blue High School. This is a venture which we got into only recently. It's a work of dedication, of commitment, of selfless giving. And tonight, whatever you do in terms of your activity, as you have fun, as you enjoy, remember whatever you are doing as part of the fun, and you give out anything toward this wonderful group, Stella Blue will grow and become the star we have all been dreaming about. Enjoy your night. We are happy because of your blessings to us. Thank you so very much.
Things out of the blue. God sent a timely, a twinkling little star, a wonderland, a home, for me, for him, for her, for all heavy laden, for those who hunger and thirst, for enlightenment. Thank you, Stella Blue. Thank you, my benefactor, for without you, I was dead and buried.
Oh, that's wonderful. Good evening and welcome all of you beautiful people. And my name is David Silverman. I am so proud to be a part of this, lucky to be part of this. I've got my African shirt on, and we have a power-packed half hour of fundraising, and we can't do this without you. So thanks for tuning in. Call a friend, tell them to tune in. Of course, this will all be broadcast afterwards also if people cannot make it. People have already started jumping in. You've seen already on the pre-show, hopefully. It's so easy, just you text star 801-801. There are lots of different ways to give to. You can just do that QR code, and I would tell you how to do that if I actually understood it. I'm seeing a lot of great names in there. We've already got a large list of people that are tuning in, so welcome to all of you. I have been lucky enough to travel to Africa 4 times, work on various volunteer projects and whatnot, and I can tell you that a little bit goes a long way in Africa, and our goal tonight is incredibly modest. So I think we're going to blow that goal away. Right now, I'm going to keep it moving, guide you through this thing, and we're going to get to it. Right now, it's my pleasure to introduce a friend and the chair of the board of this entire thing. And she is a wonderful lady, and her heart is incredibly huge. So please say hello to my friend, Stella Brown.
Thanks, David. Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Stella's Rising Stars fundraising event. It's great to have you join us. We're here together to celebrate just how far we've come and to share the journey of Stella Stars High School with you. Remember, you're not just witnessing this journey tonight, you've been a big part of this journey because we wouldn't have been able to do any of this without your generous donations and contributions. As a bit of a backdrop, in 2009, my friends Vicky, Dana, and I reached out to our Zydeco dance community to gather money to tend to some orphan children in Chebukuyi, Kenya. That year, we raised $1,700, which was enough money to buy 34 pairs of shoes for the kids. And for some of those kids, it was their first pair of shoes ever. We had enough left over for a holiday feast and some lollipops. And the Star of Hope Education Center was born. For 12 years, I worked with Star of Hope Board to grow the primary school and orphanage. We started with 1 classroom and 34 kids. Today, they have 8 classrooms, a dining hall, a small library, a boys and girls dorms, and they provide a tuition-free education to over 200 children from the village. And while this primary school is an extraordinary accomplishment, as the older kids began to graduate from 8th grade, I couldn't let go of the idea that they also deserved a high school education. Well, around that same time, my dear friend Stella passed away after a brutal 10-month battle with cancer, and it was just a few months before her own graduation into high school. As a way to channel my grief and with the help of 4 dear friends, we formed Stella Stars, and we raised enough money to build a high school and expand the Star of Hope Education Center's curriculum. All of this was done in Stella's honor, and with your help, we did it in just a year and a half. Here's a video so you can see what our journey looked like on the ground in Kenya. I hope you have a great night, and thank you for opening your hearts and contributing in whatever way feels right for you.
This is Leonard Mielele, a director of Star of Hope. Already we broke the ground to do the high school classrooms, and the progress is tremendous. Something else that excites us as we moved to do the high school session, we received support from you to pipe the water from our current main campus to across to like 600 kilometers away where Star Blue campus is located. And now we have 2 places where it's the only places in the entire village that has piped water. You would be surprised that it's such an incredible thing which our villagers have prayed, hoped for, and perhaps even lost hope, never imagined there would be piped water in their own village.
What is better than hearing that laughter? Once again, welcome if you just tuned in. Thank you so much for joining us. This, I'm calling it the Power Pack Fundraising Half Hour. And I'm monitoring this, the list of attendees. Thank you to all of you. Hi, Lisa. Hey, Hans, I haven't seen you in way too long. Charlotte is out there, Stella's sister. And by the way, yesterday would have been, or is, Stella's birthday. And so this is a wonderful and very apt celebration of Stella's life. She cared so much about this school, worked hard to help a lot of the beginning of this happen with Stella. And so this is absolutely a wonderful, wonderful project that is ongoing. And I hope you realize from that little video, just the simplest things make such a huge difference. Clean water, a safe place, and on the ground, your dollars go a really, really long way. So easy to donate, and you've got all that information in front of you. We'll be playing it again. You just text star to 801-801. And a lot of people are joining, reaching out on the chat. And as I said, Charlotte, Stella's sister, is on that, and she is tending to the chat. So thank you so much, Charlotte, for tending to that, because let's face it, we olds just don't do that as well as you youngsters. I'm speaking for myself, but it's great to see so many. Hey, Con, I just saw that you're on there. Hi, Con. A lot of familiar names and old friends, and thank you so much for jumping in. The attendee numbers are going up. We're going to get right to it. We've got some wonderful musical performances, and right now I'd like to introduce a wonderful musical duo. Oh, before I forget, I wanted to remember that if you go on, you don't need a PayPal account to actually do this. It'll ask, you can do this through PayPal. You don't need a PayPal account, and that's important to remember. If you don't have one, it's not a necessary thing to set up. I've got a lot of little notes and information. Right now, I'm going to introduce a wonderful musical duo, Misner and Smith. And Misner and Smith, why did you get involved with this whole thing?
Well, Stella was a really dear friend of ours, and we used to stay with her and her family every time we came through town, and every time we did. Stella just was one of the brightest lights on tour. It's not easy being on the road.
Yeah, and she also was incredibly curious and incredibly musical, and just a really incredibly personal connection we had with her. She was just very special.
And Stella Stars really took her as that inspiration, and the inspiration of how important education and curiosity and love and what all of those together can do for the world. So that's what we wanted to be a part of.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's do a little music for that.
Yeah. This song is called The Upside.
Off the ground. Don't tread the trail of a failure. Others believe. Steer clear just like a sailor, judging the seas. Maybe you're maybe you're falling down. Maybe you're falling. Maybe you'll crawl to higher ground. Bogged down, stuck in the middle, shackled and tied. Sometimes life's just a riddle, answers arise. I know it feels like drowning, the questions and fear. Trust now, the pressure pounding will soon disappear. Maybe we're falling down. Maybe
Sending all our love to everyone out there at Stella Stars. Thanks, you guys.
Thank you so much, Misner and Smith. I know that Stella loved listening to you guys. It was wonderful to have you be part of this. A lot of you are taking advantage of this chat. That is wonderful. We've got a small but mighty group that are watching. And don't forget, you can always, after the fact, this will be broadcast and you can turn other people onto this and let them know why you're passionate about it and let them know all about this. And the most important thing is, and I say this at all of my events, they don't want me to ever say this, but it is true. This is not actually about dollars. This is about participating and about being a part of something. And in this case, it really is true that the dollars go so far on the ground here. I'm going to go through some figures in just a little bit. But you can just text to star and 801-801, or if you have any questions, Charlotte on the chat can help you. If you're having trouble with that, there are lots of different ways to hook this up. And or if you just want to do snail mail, do a check, whatever. And don't forget, recurring donations are wonderful. You can pledge on that site a recurring amount, even if it's just $5 a month. That makes a huge difference. Right now, I promised we would throw a lot of information at you. We've got a little documentary right now we're going to show you, and this will also be on the site. You can share this with more people. That explains a lot about this whole project. It is incredibly life-changing for a lot of the kids there. Chebukuyi, and yeah, it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. So pay attention to this; you'll enjoy it.
Hi, my name is Leonard Mielele. We started the Stella Blue High School. It's a program that reaches out to orphans and vulnerable children. Some of the orphaned children are hosted right here where they live, stay, and they go to school.
My name is Stella Brown, and I am a co-founder and board chair for Stella Stars. And I've been working with the Star of Hope Education Center and Stella Stars since 2009.
Over 12 years ago when we began, it was in a little house here in my mom's house, taking care of a few kids who couldn't go to school. 12 years later, it's a whole center serving over 200 children, right from ECD, or where we call preschool, to high school.
Hans Altwies, I'm Stella Blue Summer Altwies' dad.
Stella Blue Summer. My name is Amy Thone, and I am Stella's mom. She was diagnosed with cancer when she was 13.
She passed away in February of 2020. She was super excited about high school. She just loved school, actually. She loved being in class, loved school, loved that community.
Selah decided that one of the things she was going to do with her grief was, in addition to this primary school that she had helped work, helped create, helped manage, helped support, helped fund in rural Kenya, she was going to take her energy to turn it into a high school, because one of the challenges in this school in Kenya is they would get through 8th grade and then there was nothing else. And they needed a longer formal education. And so Selah took her sadness around Stella's passing and started working on something to create 9 through 12 advanced education in this little teeny, super impoverished rural Kenyan village.
Star of Hope was really important to her. She really loved it, and she helped me a lot. We used to go shopping for the kids and send things to them, and I remember, I have all these wonderful visions of the two of us sitting on my living room floor, packing up individual bags of pencils and erasers and stickers and things like that to put into a care package and send to Kenya. And we would talk about it a lot and talk about what happened to those kids and what would happen to them and how education wasn't accessible to everybody and it was so important, and she loved school. And it was just a way for me to sort of honor her and honor the spirit that she is and the path I think she would have taken.
You know, the need is vast. You talk to Leonard and he just talks about the desperate poverty of rural Kenya.
It's about a 3,000 population, and about between 53 to 56% of them are below the poverty level.
It just feels like a place where limited resources can have a huge impact.
My name is Amber Landry Miller, and I am the treasurer of Stella Stars. You know, I'm just always struck by how far the money goes.
You know, $100 just means a ton. $500 is like an earthquake, you know.
One of our biggest things is recurring donors help us plan for the future.
We use those recurring donations mostly for our operational budget, which are the teacher salaries, the food, the lodging, medical care for the kids, and that is something that we need to count on. So just as little even as $25 a month, and that makes a huge difference to us.
The ability to contribute, it doesn't need to be a big amount, it makes a huge impact down there.
We were able to double our first year's goals and complete the building of the first ground floor of the school, get kids in class, hire a few teachers.
And they got water piped in for the first time to the town.
Stella Stars was able to get a sponsor paid for a year's worth of salary for a doctor's assistant to be a nurse. First time the village and the school have had any kind of on-site doctor available all the time.
With the friends who have gathered and raised money for us in Seattle and around the world, they have turned what was a ramshackle household to a visible institution.
For me, it's a super personal thing. Her name on a school in Kenya that is offering children education where they couldn't get it otherwise is astonishing to me. It's like a dream come true.
I don't know. I mean, it's such a cliche. We all want to make a difference, but I feel like in this place you can actually make a difference.
I can only tell my story that these children down there are hugely benefiting from this. It's got Stella's name on it and Stella's spirit in the middle of it, so it's important to me, and it will be the main contribution for me for as long as I can imagine.
So her legacy is love and support and connection and joy, abiding love.
Stella Stars is a place that I want to continue. I want that little light in that little town to be strong.
Be like the hummingbird that was able to put off an overwhelming forest fire and save the forest animals. Thank you so very much.
It is a wonderful legacy that lives on, love and contribution. And speaking of contribution, that's a segue. We're at the Fund a Need portion. A lot of people have already jumped on. This is the chance where all of you get to metaphorically raise your paddle. As I said before, every single dollar makes such a difference. This thing started as such a small idea, and it has grown just in such an incredible way. So jump on there, you'll look at these different donation levels, choose your own levels. This just gives you an idea of various levels. Look at that, $1,800 a teacher salary for 1 year, $600 just monthly supplies, $1,000 dormitory fee for the year for one student. Amazing how far your dollars can go. And even at these lower levels, $300 could feed all of the kids for 1 month. I mean, just think about that. $150 will let them hire a new teacher. The dormitory fee for just one student is just $100, or maybe just for $50, you can restock the much needed supplies. And I will let you know too, LCM has stepped up, Hans's construction company. They will match everything up to $15,000. But beyond that, Hans just also came in at $5,000. And thank you, Hans. Thank you so much, all of you. Look at Mark. Thank you so much, Mark and Catherine and Khan. Thank you so much. I'm looking at all these donations now. Brenda, thanks for stepping up. Donovan, great to see you and tuned in. Also, Rebecca, thank you so much jumping in here. And Alex, Brenner, and and also, I don't want to forget, Amy Herb has stepped up and paid for a nurse for 4 years, and then she stepped up again and paid for another 4 years. Absolutely amazing. So thank you so much, Amy Herb. Join all of these great donors. I'm going to refresh my screen here because I know you're doing a great job, and I want to get a lot of these later donors in here. And of course, I just pinched something that took me off the whole thing. I'll get back onto that. But you're doing great. Again, don't be afraid to reach out and let other people know about this. It is such an important thing. If you work for a corporation also that does corporate matching, don't forget to fill out that paperwork. It can make just an incredible difference. If you work for a corporation that doesn't do corporate matching, go in there on Monday and ask them why. This is so worthwhile. And there are a lot, some of your dollars going to go and make a difference in lives you will never know about. But trust me, it makes a huge difference. One of the things, their wish list is they've got a great wish list. And one of the things they're really hoping for is to get a new play field and kind of a recreation center. And one of the reasons it's important is that this provides a safe place for kids after the school. And in this community, and that's a really important thing. A lot of these communities, there just simply isn't anywhere for kids to hang out. And you and I both know the trouble we got into by not having a place to hang out, and we survived. But it makes a big, big difference in these communities for these kids to have somewhere to go, to focus their energies, these playing fields. And keeping this clinic going. So, this thing started as a small seed. It has grown into what it has become and growing into what it can become and living up to its full potential. But that also means maintaining it and keeping these facilities going so that there is a place for, a high school for somebody that's just coming into that school as a kid, for them to look forward to that high school in the years. And so maintaining that. And so that's where your recurring donations make a huge, huge difference. So jump in there. I'm going to try to refresh my donor box. And thanks. $300. Yeah, somebody just pointed on the chat. Can feed all the students for just 1 month. So think about that. And it just goes so a long way. You see there how to donate. Use the QR code if you want to. Just text the word STAR to 801-801. It is just that simple, and it makes a huge difference. Thank you all so much for what you are doing. Continue doing it. Right now, we are going to reward your efforts because we have another great performance. Aireene Espiritu is standing by in the wings, and I'm going to turn it over to her. Keep it going. Call somebody up. Tell them to jump on and to jump in there and donate while Aireene Espiritu is lauding us with a wonderful musical treat. Take it away, Aireene.
Hi, I'm Aireene Espiritu. I'm an artist coming to you from Oakland, California, from the traditional territory of the Ohlone. and I'm here to play you a song. But also here to share my support of Stella Stars. I've worked in education, and I believe in the possibilities and impact of having access to schools and continuing education and resources. So thank you for being here, and please donate what you can, subscribe to the newsletter, share information about Stella Stars, and thanks again for listening. This is called Wide Open. Goodbye, mother. Goodbye, father. Pack my bags, I'm ready to go. Gonna meet my baby at the barnyard station. Horses waiting, ready to go to the wide open, to the wide open. Friends and neighbors gathered around us. Thank you for your good luck charms, armed with purpose and your support. Stuff our pockets full of hope to the wide open, to the wide open. Goodbye, mother. Goodbye, father. Pack my bags, I'm ready to go. Why don't you worry, 'cause in this journey all our dreams will unfold. We're gonna ride, we're gonna roam, gonna find that golden brick road. We're gonna rock, we're gonna roll to the wide open, to the wide open, yeah, to the wide open. We're gonna ride, we're gonna roam, gonna find that golden brick road. We're gonna rock, we're gonna roll to the wide open, to the wide open, yeah, to the wide open. Well, take it to the wide open, take it to the wide, take it to the wide open. Come on with me, wide, wide, oh wide. Get up in the morning, get up on your horses, get into the train, get into the wide, get into the wide, get into the wide, wide open. Thank you so much. Take care. Peace and love to you all.
Oh, thank you so much, Aireene. And I just got my screen back just in time. Thank you, Scott, coming in there. Neil and Lisa and Michaela. Thank you, Christina, Marcia and Christine. So many great people coming in here. You are doing really, really well. Keep it up. Again, these recurring donations, they make such a huge difference. So don't be afraid to do recurring. And that is just, oh, look at that, Michaela. Thank you for that monthly. It tells me too, who came in for a monthly. But you're doing a wonderful job. And really, the best thing you can do for this entire project is tell people about it. Spread the word about this. They need to know, because such a little bit can make a huge difference in supporting the school. And so thank you for all of your donations. Thank you for tuning in, and tell people about it. I cannot emphasize that enough. Tell your kids what you have done, and tell your grandchildren, because giving is a learned activity. I say that at all of my events, and it is incredibly true. And so tell everybody what you have done here. Bring along a friend with you. And I invented the buddy system at live events where you both come in at a certain amount, get a buddy, invite them, and share your passion for this, because it makes such an incredible, huge difference. Thank you for, this is just a wonderful way of remembering Stella, honoring her legacy, and just know that there is a place in Africa with her name on it. And it is a light that lights up that corner of Africa. We can't do this without all of you. Thank you so much. This is just the end of our broadcast. We're going to leave you with this little, a lot of people are wondering, well, why the hummingbird? And we're going to show you this little parable explanation, and it will all make sense. And if you knew Stella, you know why the hummingbird is so appropriate. But on my behalf, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm so proud to be a part of this. And this was, I hope, painless for all of you. Thank you for tuning in. Keep it going, and know that you have made a true difference in people's lives. So let's watch this parable. Again, this will be broadcast afterwards on the website. You can steer people to that and keep that donating going. We are just doing wonderful. We are well on our way to meeting our goal. So thank you so much for what you did here today. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and let's view this little parable, and I'll say goodnight to you all.
We are constantly being bombarded by problems that we face, and sometimes we can get completely overwhelmed. The story of the hummingbird is about this huge forest being consumed by a fire. All the animals in the forest come out, and they are transfixed as they watch the forest burning, and they feel very overwhelmed, very powerless, except this little hummingbird. It says, I'm going to do something about the fire. So it flies to the nearest stream, takes a drop of water, and it puts it on the fire and goes up and down, up and down, up and down, as fast as it can. In the meantime, all the other animals, much bigger animals like the elephant with a big trunk, could bring much more water. They are standing there helpless, and they are saying to the hummingbird, what do you think you can do? You're too little. This fire is too big. Your wings are too little. And you're big, so small, you can only bring a small drop of water at a time. But as they continue to discourage it, it turns to them without wasting any time and tells them, I am doing the best I can. And that, to me, is what all of us should do. We should always feel like a hummingbird. I may feel insignificant, but I certainly don't want to be like the animals watching as the planet goes down the drain. I will be a hummingbird. I will do the best